Here we are on the hill of Zentratrates. Zentratrates, if you translate, it means swallows. You know swallow? Birds?
Yes.
Which hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Swallow's fortress.
Okay.
And this hill, it's as you know, near Jerewan, and it comes from Iron Ages. Mm-hmm. It's very, very old one. And here, after genocide, 50 years after genocide, they decided they are gonna have a memorial complex. By complex, I mean you can see the genocide museum, genocide memorial, and park, and also there is a wall of massacres, which I will introduce you.
The Armenian highland is the cradle of Armenian civilization. For many centuries, Armenians lived here. Through the Turkish-Persian wars from 16th to 17th centuries, Armenia was divided and redivided between the Ottoman Empire and Safavid Persia. The Ottoman Empire appropriated the western part of Armenia. Here you can see Turkish map from 18th century. It's western Armenia, and villages of Erzurum and Van were marked as Ermenistan, although Armenia was already in the territory of the Ottoman Empire. A boy is being flayed in Hagia Sophia Square. So after that, every 2-3 years, Muslims wanted Armenians to convert to Islam. And when Armenians refused, Muslims just took out their skins in a public place so that everybody could see them. Here you can see graver from German press how Kurds and Turks are robbing Armenian villages and kidnapping Armenian women. This was normal in this period. Armenians couldn't protect their rights. They were second-class citizens.
So seeing that place makes me personally, also as a grandchildren of the so-called Christians in the Ottoman Empire, 90% of my family was eliminated at that time. It makes me extremely sad that the world, or the whole world, wants not to recognize that, because this kind of Holocaust is beating us even by today. We are not able to move on with that. But do you see, I mean, I'm here in a peaceful place, and frankly speaking, I do not have the will or the intention to get back to become again a victim or something like that, or to complain anyone to become a victim. But the future should give us an opportunity to move on with the issue on a peaceful way. What could that be?
About reconciliation, I believe until now, when Republic of Turkey doesn't want and reject to accept that their ancestors, they did a genocide, and it's the issue toward this, the question toward this issue is absolute denial. They don't care for that. They have to accept it because history shows that different peoples, they pay dearly when crimes against humanity is forgotten. And in this case, we should demand that Turkey recognize and pay compensation to these people, Armenians and Assyrians, because we lost our homeland.
So maybe another issue on that, what has happened, if we do not recognize what has happened in the past, do we just repeat the mistakes again?
In genocide studies, we tell like that. We tell if you don't condemn on time, it comes and comes again. It is gonna be continuing forever.
And is that what we see right now in
Yes, I'm
Middle
sure.
Eastern,
I'm
the
sure.
same again?
Yes, I'm sure it is, because in our case, in Assyrian case, it's like out of frying pan into fire. It's like that. It's like that.
So what you are telling me is just that ISIS is exactly doing that, what the...
Absolutely. Absolutely, and it's not only against Assyrians, but I accept also against Yazidis, because the way what ISIS do against Christian Assyrians and Yazidis right now in Middle East, it's a classic example of genocide.
Not only Armenians, but also other Christians lived in the territory of the Ottoman Empire, among them Greeks, Assyrians, Macedonians. Here are front pages of French newspapers, beheaded Macedonians with Turkish officers. So the Turks had very interesting habits. They like to take photos with their victims, before or after killing them. This one was printed in 1902 and the other one in 1903. You can see nearly the same style. In this wall you can see young Turkish leaders, the main organizers of Armenian genocide. In the Middle East, Enver Pasha, the Minister of War. In 1911, from September 29 to October 9, they had a congress. With this congress they decided either the Islamization of Christian population or extermination and annihilation. So the Christians wouldn't have any other chance. Turks developed pan-Turkic and pan-Islamic ideology. With this they decided that the Ottoman Empire would be a better place to live without Christian populations. So they waited for a good chance. And the chance was the World War I. It broke out in 1914. The Ottoman Empire allied with Germany and Austro-Hungary. In this wall, you can see the main perpetrators of Armenian genocide. Young Turkish leaders who organized everything. The most important one is Mehmet Talat. He was the Minister of Interior in the Ottoman Empire and the leader of Young Turks. Ismail Enver, the War Minister, and Ahmet Cemal, the Minister of Navy. So you see that actually the power of the country was in their hands. In the background, you can see a telegram from Talat Pasha to the governors of all the provinces. With this telegram, Talat Pasha says, all the Armenians must be killed, and even the Turks who would try to harm them. Turks were very cruel, especially to children. Here I want to bring an example of 10 years old Musha. Musha was crucified. He shows his hands, the wounds of crucifixion, even though the photo was taken a year later of his crucifixion. He could somehow survive. In 1919, the authorities changed in the Ottoman Empire. The new power wanted to bring to military trial the main organizers of Armenian genocide. But that was just an act for showing the world, because in reality, the main perpetrators had already escaped from the Ottoman Empire with the help of Germany, and they were hiding in different parts of the world.
To countries like Germany. Germany even do not accept until now the Armenian genocide, even after the discussion in the Underhouse beginning of the year, and Armenia accepted even the Assyrian genocides, the Greek genocides. I mean, it's not time for Germany. By the way, a country participated, or at that time the war, the first war, or helped, by the way, to organize the genocide on the Christianity in the Ottoman Empire. Is it not time for Germany to move on with that and to stop that kind of, let's say, double moral?
It's not time. Time passed already. We're supposed to do it earlier. Especially for Germany, then, you know, with very pride, I should tell, they recognized that what they accepted what they did against Jewish people. I believe it shouldn't be big deal just because of the politics with Turkey. Nowadays, Turkey don't accept it. But, you know, Germany's recognition, it could be very important and it could be very forwarded level for other countries. Because as you told, as we saw in the museum today, Germany was a partner with Turkey during World War I and was covering, was helping, moreover, was learning from Turks and was using all the methods of killing during the Jewish Holocaust. And I believe it's time, and time already passed, that they have to recognize the Christian genocide of the Ottoman Empire.
Brandt und Weilermann, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen aus dem Bundestag, aus dem Landtag, sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, liebe Freundinnen und Freunde. Wir gedenken heute der Opfer des Völkermordes an den Armeniern und anderen christlichen Minderheiten im Osmanischen Reich, wie der Assyrer, der Aramäer, der Pontusgriechen und der Chaldäer. Gut ein Viertel der Einwohnerinnen und Einwohner Kleinasiens bis 1914 waren Christen. Man vergisst es häufig. Heute sind es wenige Promille. Raphael Lemkin, der Schöpfer des Begriffes Genozid und Initiator der UN-Konvention von 1948, sprach nicht umsonst davon, dass das Leiden der Armenier den Weg für die Annahme der UN-Genozid-Konvention vorbereitet habe. Nun möchte also endlich auch der Deutsche Bundestag mit einer Stimme sagen, ja, es war ein Völkermord. Ich füge hinzu, endlich.
Yama